This must be the longest hangover in history, but Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is still feeling the negative effects from his disastrous trip to India, where he and his family had more wardrobe changes than a Scheer concert. Jeff Ballingall, right now, polls are showing consistently since this trip that if an election were held today, the Conservatives would actually win. Justin Trudeau seems to be in some quicksand. Can he get out of it?
I think he's jumped the shark. His old, tools and tricks that he was using of fancy wardrobes and fancy photo ops. People seem to be tired of it, and they've seen through his shtick.
There's new information that we have that Trudeau is actually very quickly losing support in key demographics that supported him in the last federal election, which really put him into the Prime Minister's office.
Yeah, it seems that people are waking up to the fact that he's really not that bright and really not that in tune with Canadian priorities.
Women, men, and Gen Xers, the middle class, they're all starting to sit back and wonder what's going on with this guy.
His numbers in Ontario are definitely hemorrhaging, and that should concern Liberals in Ottawa. They can't win without the 905 in key areas of the 416. So if they're losing in Ontario, they're going to lose in the rest of Canada. All
right, so let's talk about the benefit for Conservative Party of Canada leader Andrew Scheer. It's not necessarily because he has been doing anything too spectacular. He's benefiting from the Liberals stumbling, is he not?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think Scheer is likable. I think he's calm and steady, and he's not going off on weird tangents about political correctness.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
And I think his values are more in tune with what Canadians want.
All right, let's talk a little bit about NDP leader Jagmeet Singh. Where does he stand to gain in all of this?
Sorry, I didn't even know he exists. It's like he doesn't even show up on anyone's radar. He needs to try harder just to make news. Maybe he needs to attack Justin Trudeau once in a while, because right now he is asleep.
All right, let's talk a little bit about people who happen to be asleep. In the House of Commons last week, Canada's Veterans Affairs Minister Seamus O'Regan tweeted a picture of himself with an eye mask on, and then of course he also tweeted another picture of himself last week where Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was standing up on a table. Put some context around for this.
So this is involving the Conservatives. We're trying to get Trudeau's national security advisor, who's supposed to be a nonpartisan public servant, to testify about his involvement in the India scandal.
Scrambling to lay the blame at the feet of many people, the Prime Minister's office trotted out the national security advisor to come up with a conspiracy campaign with respect to the trip. The Canadian press is reporting that the Prime Minister's office set up a briefing with the national security advisor to raise the conspiracy theories. Can the Prime Minister confirm this fact?
So PMO officials trucked out this man named Daniel Jean, and he said that the Indian government, off the record to the media, the Indian government was behind the big Atwal, the convicted murderer, or convicted attempted murderer, being invited to the Indian state dinner. And then that conflicted with their own story later on, and the Conservatives wanted to know what this was all about. So they asked Jean to testify at committee, and instead of complying and being open and transparent, the Trudeau Liberals decided that they were going to obfuscate and do their best to hide Jean from testifying.
All right. Seems hardly unreasonable to ask the national security advisor, someone in Canada who has a top secret security clearance, giving a secret briefing to the media. Why shouldn't our elected parliamentarians be given the same information? Log on to Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you think.